Hey guys, so today I have a new video for you. Guys, I'm hoping that this looks so much better. I got a new phone, so I have the iPhone 12 now. Super exciting. Like, they had a really good promotion when you switch from AT&T to Verizon. So that's what we did because we weren't getting any service. Anyway, yeah, I got a new phone. I'm kind of liking this whole bun stitch. Let me know what you think. The rest of my hair is kind of gross, but whatever. My baby hairs obviously don't behave. Anyway, yeah, so I cracked my phone, my last phone, and I already had it for like 4 years. We were already like contemplating switching to Verizon since I don't have service here. And my parents don't really have service either. Anyway, got a new phone. I hope this looks better. I'm gonna see if I can like start editing my videos on my phone, because I found that like that's what the problem was with my videos before. I have the iPhone 7 is what I had before, and like when I was filming my videos it looked okay, like it looked pretty good, and then when I exported it to my computer to edit it, this is my computer, it's just a super old MacBook Air. I got this like 2012, 2013, so it's pretty old, like software wise, like I can't update it anymore. Anyway, so when I've been importing my videos over to my computer to edit, I can tell like just by looking that they look way different, like the quality. So long story short, I'm gonna see if I can start editing my videos on my phone. If anybody has any tips of how to do that, I think, like, I haven't tried the iMovie software on my phone yet. That's what I'll try first, and see if I can do that. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm hoping we get some better quality now that we have our new phone. It looks really good right now. Like, I think it looks good. There's also a bunch of different settings like that I can change on my phone just for filming. So if you guys kind of know the difference of those settings, let me know too, because I'm not tech savvy like at all. Anyway, you guys are here for Pamela's Eyeshadows update. We have a big one, guys. We have a really big update. I have, drumroll, 11 empties, or 11 pans. 11 pans, guys. I hit so many pans. 3 of them come from this project. 8 of them, I think, right? 8, yeah. 8 of them are bonus pans. So let's just hop right in. This has been a very long intro. I'll probably cut most of it down. Anyway, let's start with the bonus pans. So let's see. I don't remember the order perfectly, but I do have them written down on my computer so I could remember. The first one we have comes from my Pan That palette. All right, so this is my first shadow, and this is the like pink shimmer shade from NYX, and this was in my Pan That palette, and you can see the beautiful pan there. I will do close-ups of everything like as I talk about it. But here is what that shade looks like swatched out. Really pretty. I could wear this all over my lid. I wore it on the inner corner, and this one was really easy to hit pan on actually. The next one I have is another NYX single, and this is like the brown glitter shade. This one is kind of dug down because I had to scrape it with a spoolie brush and then use the pressed or the loose glitter with my finger. This is also was in my Pan That palette, and yeah, another pan. This one has like hard pan on it, and I don't really know why. I mean, they are getting kind of older, but all the other glitters that I've used like in this formula haven't had that experience. But there is pan number 2. All right, the third one also comes from my Pan That palette. We'll just get those all out of the way because I'm sure you've already seen them. And this is the Makeup Revolution single. This again was this is another like depotted shade, and it's also been repressed in here. So it was like from the Makeup Revolution, like one of the donut palettes, and it's like the pink iridescent shade. and I only had like half of that shade left. It was smashed, so I repressed it into this container. And here is what it looks like. I was using that as an inner corner shade, and I kind of used these three all together. It's going to be a spoiler because it'll be in the next update, but I hit pan on my matte brown shade from Ulta. This is also in my Pan That palette, like I said. So if you want to see progress on this one, as well as the other ones I've talked about already, it will be in those videos. But yeah, this is just a dark matte brown, and I use this one as a liner. And there we go. Okay, my next shade is in, again, another project. Most of these they all are in a project except for one of them. So this will be a spoiler again for my rolling project pan. This is my Naked Basics palette, and I am working on the shade WOS, which is just the matte cream. So this is the matte cream shade that I have been working on, and I'm going to keep using it until it is completely gone, but we do finally have pan in there. I'm not going to swatch this one just because it's a matte cream shade, and you're not going to be able to see it. First is the Too Faced White Chocolate Chip Palette, and I have the shade Exotica, and this was in my whole collection makeup project pan, and we have pan right there. Actually, I do have these ones written down. I used this one 13 times. I did already have a really good dip going on it, but 13 times to get that pan. And there it is right there on the bottom. Very similar to the NYX shade, a little bit cooler toned. But I wore this in the same way, like all over the lid, inner corner, and I really like it. I think I could easily use that one up, but we're gonna stop working on it for now. Another shade from my whole collection project pan is from my Bad Habit After Hours palette, and the shade Wine Stain, which is just another dark brown that I was using as a liner. Once I hit pan on this one, I started really working on the Pan That palette one. So here it is, just a matte dark brown. This one has a little bit more of a purpley undertone compared to this one that is very cool tone. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that on camera, but it is more noticeable in person now that I have them next to each other. But yeah, I just use them both the same exact way, and we have pan on both of them. So that's all the powder shades. I have one cream eyeshadow. I guess it's a cream. And this is the Stila Magnificent Metal in Dusty Rose. This, I have another shade. This is like the sample container of this. I have a few of the full sizes as well. So with the sample, it is already a cream eyeshadow. And with the full sizes, you have to add the liquid. So it's kind of confusing. I like the samples better. I wish they would just do this formula instead of where you have to add the drops. Like, that's kind of, I don't ever do that. I just use it as a pigment. And then they reformulated these into their liquid shadows. I think they should go back to these ones. I think it's the best. Like, I've had these for forever. They're not dried out. Like, they're a little bit more dry than they used to be, but I think they work great and I really like it. I do think they should go back to this formula. I'm gonna try not to get a ton because it's super, super chunky glittery. So this is the Rose, what is it, Rose Quartz Dusty Rose shade, and it's right there. I didn't really get a ton, but it's really just a glitter topper. It's like the pink shimmer. And I also have Kitten Karma, so I think I'm gonna work on that one next. And I already had a huge, huge dip in this because I used to wear this all the time, as well as the other one. So it only took like one time actually using it to hit the pan. That is all of my bonus pans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the matte cream would be 8. Yeah, all pretty neutral. This is kind of what I've been going for. But enough of that. Let's get into the shadows that have been in this project this month. So, let's talk about the ones I hit pan on. I hit pan on 3 shades. So I think this was the first one. We have the LA Colors Trio, and I will show you where it was like last month. And this is what it is looking like now. So a nice little pan. We do have a like decent little dip around. It's hard to kind of tell, but I was only wearing this as a lower lash line shade, and I hit pan on this in 13 uses. So not too bad. It was okay. I don't think I would buy any more of these trios. I don't like these trios. I think the formula is not nearly as good as the singles that I talked about in my last Shop My Stash. That formula is really good. This is kind of really powdery. It has like an over top, like an overspray. So like the glittery prettiness that you see isn't the actual shade. It's really just like a neutral, coolish toned brown. I'll swatch it on, I'll just wipe it off after, I guess. Okay, here is it is right there. So it's slightly shimmery. It's nothing like metallic and outstanding like it looks in the container when you first get it. But I was using this, again, like I said, solely as a lower lash line shade. And we are rolling this guy out. Next shade that I hit pan on is my Coastal Scents palette. And this is the single Raspberry Tart. And I used it 27 times to hit pan on. So here's the progress of this shade. Here's what it looks like now. So it's kind of like at a weird little angle. Again, I'll have a close-up, but there you go. I mean, there's a really, really big dip around the area as well. I didn't use it once I hit the pan. I didn't like try to expand it, but it could be expanded pretty easily. But I was kind of sick of wearing purples at that point. But I did really, really enjoy using this palette and this color specifically. Typically, I would think like that would be way too dark to wear on my lid, but I really, really liked it. And I wore it in my crease a lot too. Even though it's like shimmery, which is something that I never do. But I liked it that way. So there is that color right there. And we will be rolling this palette out as well. All right, and the third palette that I was able to pan on was my ABH singles, and this is the shade 10K, and I used it 22 times this month to be able to hit pan on it. And here's what it looked like last month. And here's what it looks like now. So it's this shade right here. Again, once I hit the pan, I didn't use it again to expand the pan, but there is a really good dip, and I think you guys will be able to see that. This was a brand new shade, essentially a brand new shade. Last month when we rolled it in, I wore it maybe a handful of times for my Project 5 uses, but that was about it. Here you go. So a really nice dip in there, and this pan could easily be expanded as well. And here is that shade. This shade I wore all over my lid. Typically what I would do is I'd set my powder or I would set my primer down with matte cream. I would do like a transition brown, and then I would go in with the purple, kind of like out the outer corner up into the crease a little bit, and then whatever's left across my lid. And then I would go across my entire lid with 10K. And then I would use like Exotica was typically my go-to shade next for all over my lid. And then I would use this brown on the lower lash line, and then one of the browns as a liner. So that's kind of the look that I panned this month. Don't mind this, I burnt myself on the oven. It doesn't hurt anymore. It hurt yesterday. But yeah, I'm rocking a nice purple mark. Anyway, that is how I was wearing all three of these shades. They worked really well together, and I really liked the look that I was doing on a daily basis. It was like a perfect everyday work appropriate look. All right, now that we've gone through all of the excitingness, all of the good news, good progress, we can talk about these two lonely guys, these two lonely palettes that I said last month that I wanted to roll out this month. However, I didn't use either of these palettes at all. Not one time, not one time. Let's talk about the glitter palette first. In previous months, we have used this 18 times. So we've already used this 18 times. I didn't use it at all this month, but here's our progress video. And here's where it is at right now, same as last time. I've been so sick of wearing warm tones. That is kind of why I've switched over to these cooler tones. And I just really did not want to wear reds and oranges. Really didn't want to do it. I'm gonna try to get these two rolled out next month. But again, I've been so sick of it. So we'll see what we roll in, but I do really want to get these done. The other one is from my Urban Decay Born to Run palette in the shade Baja, and this was our progress. And here's the shade right now, again, at the same spot as it was last month. Again, I've been so sick of wearing oranges, but this one has 19 uses. So 18 uses on this one, 19 uses on this one. So it's like what, 12 more uses on this, 11 more on this. I think I can do it. I think we're gonna just have to break out all the orange looks this month and get these done, because I'm obviously not wanting to use them, so I don't want them taking up space. So I want to try to get those done next month. But we get to roll in 3 new shades. So let's do that, shall we? I have my ginormous spreadsheet here. Before we add new shades, our numbers. So we've definitely gone up this month. I had to add one more pan because where is it? This Makeup Revolution shade wasn't in my spreadsheet for some reason. And I don't think that, like, these are two other from that palette. I don't know if those are in my spreadsheet either. So I had to add that one shade. Anyway, so my numbers went up a little bit that way, but with 11 new pans, that puts us at 65 pans out of 2129, which puts us at 3.05%. We passed the 2% mark. We're at 3.05. Let's try our best. We're not gonna get to 5% by the end of the year. We already knew that goal wasn't gonna happen, but maybe we'll get to 3.5. That could be our goal. We have 2 months to do it. Let's get to 3.5. Right now we're at 3.05. Maybe we can do it. I'm not sure. But let's pick some new numbers. So we have our random number generator. Let's turn the thing down a little. There we go. Now I can't really see. Okay, ready? Generate. 1616. Okay. I think that's like one of the Bad Habit palettes. The whole 1600, 1700, I think is like Bad Habit palettes. Ooh, okay, it's not. It is from my Lorac Pro Mega 4 palette, which I just had in my Project 5 uses. And that is in the shade Spice. So I think it's a matte, probably a dark brown. So we'll grab that in a minute, but let's pick the other two shades. I love the Lorac Pro palette, so that'll be fun. 1030. Ooh, okay, we're getting some good ones, okay. This is the BoxyCharm and Pure eyeshadow palette collab, and it's in the shade Perfect. And I believe that's another neutral shade because that whole palette is pretty neutral. That might even be the matte cream. So that'll be nice, okay. One more shade. 1948. That's gonna be a brand new palette. I haven't gotten to play with this palette yet. This is still in my box of new. So this is my ABH Carly Bible palette in the shade Jode. I don't know what color that is. It's not the purpley shimmer because that's mandala, I think. And that's like my favorite one. I mean, I haven't used it yet, but that's the prettiest one. Anyway, let me go grab these palettes and I'll be right back. Okay, I got our palettes. I did sneak a little peek. And I'm really excited. We got some new things happening. First, let me swatch these two so we can have the full effect. So we have Work It and Baja. All right, the first one is the Lorac Mega Pro 4. This palette has actually already been in this project a long time ago. And we were panning the shade Butterscotch. And now we are panning Spice, which is this one. Of course, like the only warm tone in this palette. And we get it. But I think it will go really good with these two. So it'll kind of make me pan reds and oranges. Here that is right there. So those three are gonna go together quite nicely. I'll probably use that as a liner with this look. I don't know yet, but I love Lorac Pro shades. They're super soft and really easy to hit pan on. So if I use that as a liner, I'm sure I'll probably have pan on this next time. But we will see if I can get these three going. All right. My next one was my BoxyCharm and Pure palette, and we got the shade Perfect. And it is the matte cream shade, which is perfect. Because this was the next matte cream shade that I was kind of thinking that I wanted to pan. Like this was on my list of matte creams that I want to pan, so perfect. I mean, This one will get put on the back burner for now until I hit pan on this one, but that's okay. Here is what it looks like. I think maybe you'll be able to see in the close-ups, but I already have a really good dip on this shade. So I don't think this will take me too long. And there, that is right there. For someone who has been like over warm tones, this is the warmest toned color palette in the world. It's okay, I guess the world just wants me to use orange. All right, and my last one is my Carly Bible ABH palette, and I also need to use this for my project 5 uses, so it'll be perfect, like the perfect time. And we got the shade Jode. Look how pretty. Like those two colors are just stunning. But Jode is this like dark slate gray. Interesting. Oh, it's so cool though. So it has like a blue undertone. Oh, it's so pretty. This would be really pretty for like a New Year's Eve look. That's stunning. I mean, I don't know how wearable that's gonna be for me to wear to work, but I think I wanna do like a really smoky eye, maybe in a video. But I think that's so pretty. So, goals for next time. Use 30 times. That's work it. Use Baja 30 times. Maybe even hit pan on Spice. Maybe hit pan on Perfect. And then maybe just like play around with it. I want to use this one at least once or twice. Like these 3 would even look good together. But, all right guys, that's our new palette. I hope you guys like this video. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe down below for more, and give me some tips and tricks about my new iPhone and some new like editing tips maybe. All right, I will talk to you guys in the next video, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.